Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing a single player playthrough on 1.1. Yes. So, if you weren't here last time, we had gotten quite a bit more done on our supercomputer tower. Getting that tower done, we had swapped it over from white to black using the blueprint method, which is basically just just load up the blueprint, change the color, and then just swap the blueprints. Since the blueprints were kind of snapped on top of each other, made it really easy. So that's pretty nice. And we got the top done, as well as we got the machines in place, ready for belting. So that's what we're going to be working on today, is getting the belts done for this factory and seeing how much more we can get done after that. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's go. Alrighty then, and here we are. Yes. So, as you may have known, over the last couple of episodes, I was definitely sick there. I am still a little bit, but it's mostly gone, luckily. So we can, continue like normal, finally. I mean, like I said, I hate being sick, and man, it was tough, definitely. But I've done it before, that kind of stuff. So it's just like, ugh, hate being sick. Anyway. So like I said, yeah, so we're going to be basically getting the belts up. I need to get the trains going as well. I suppose we can do that. Where? Hold on. Let's see, what do we got here? Alright, so computers, electromagnetic control rods, batteries, wire, okay. Yeah. Alright, so computers, the color of the computer is orange and black, isn't it? I don't remember. I think I used the traffic orange for the color. Gosh, I can't remember. I think it was this, though. I mean, we could always go check, I suppose. Go over to the computer factory. If we go ahead and head over here. Yeah, this little hotel looking building. This is our computer factory. In this area that we never finished. Alright. Grab ourselves an elevator. It is, yeah, it's orange and black. I can see it right there. Of course. And say, actually, yeah, the elevator's the color, so, that works. Alright. Hello there, flying manta ray. Luckily, the flying manta ray flies around our tower, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh yeah, and finishing the base of this thing is going to be interesting too. I don't know how we're going to do it. Because, yeah, very, very interesting. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm still a little bit exhausted from being sick. It's like every time I take a bit of medicine and then go to sleep, I sleep for like 8 hours to 12 hours, and it's just like, oh my gosh. Okay. So, supercomputers. We're gonna do compute. Do computer import. We'll do it like that. And then autosave, of course, freezing our game. Heck yeah. Alrighty, and then the next was electromagnetic control rods, wasn't it? Yeah, electromagnetic control rods, and then batteries and wire. Alrighty. Electromagnetic control rods were... I don't remember the colors of them. Guess we'll have to go grab those colors in a second, and then, yeah, let me get these set up real quick, and then we can move on to, getting the belts going. Alrighty then, so now that, I got all the trains going for this, except for the batteries, of course, because we don't have a battery factory yet. because we're using the superstate computer recipe. I got all those trains going. I couldn't remember what the color of the wire train was, which apparently is this color right here. So I went ahead and went to the wire factory, which I plan to do eventually anyway. And if we actually take a look at the map here, it's good to scroll all the way up. All the way to the desert. I actually went ahead and summer slipped the wire, which is now making 3,900. It actually does make more, but our belts cannot support that. So what I did was I just overwhelmed the belts essentially. So then if we go here and we take we have 5 belts going down to the train, down to the train station, 1 train per train car. So we take that 780, which is our fastest belt right now, times 5, and that is 3,900. So we're now pushing out 3,900 wire per minute. Now, once we get up to Mark 6 belts, that'll be, it'll go up to 5,000, because each floor that was doing wire pushing it down to the train station was, each floor, is making 1,000 each. So, 1,000 times 5, well, that'd be 5,000 wire. So yeah, we have upped the wire and cable production quite substantially. Of course, so went ahead and did that. Alrighty. So working on this now, we've finally got our materials coming, like I said, except for the batteries, because eventually we'll get around to making a battery factory. Here's the wire train now, dropping off the wire. Oh boy. Okay, so this belt in particular, this one's gonna go underground, and then it'll pop out here. Now we're gonna have to use the basically infinite belt or infinite lift trick, which we will do here. I'm gonna change this over to a 1 meter foundation. I think all of these probably in the center here will probably be 1 meter. We got to be very careful though, because the roof of this is also where the train is, where the train station is, or the train line, sorry. So we have to be very, very careful to put our stuff where it needs to go. Sorry, my brain is like, nope, not today. Yeah, and economy still being a little bit sick. Yeah, I think my whole body's just exhausted from the whole experience. Which is understandable. Okay, but yeah, 1 meter foundations, and then we'll run our 4 belts underneath here. Luckily, we only need to run 1 belt per, which is quite nice. Yeah, so we need to do that. All right, so it's in. Let's see, are all these overlapping? They are. Okay, that is interesting. All right. I mean, I might have to just remove all this and just. Until we get all the belts in place, that is. Yeah, I think we'll run all 4 belts up the back side of the elevator here, because we know that all the doors for the elevator face on this side. They face on almost the north side, essentially. So, yeah, we'll just put all the belts over here. Alright, that makes things easy. Now, like I said, we only need to run 4 belts at a time, so should be good there. Come on, autosave. There we go. I think if we put this like this, it's going to clip the elevators into the floor. I think. I think that's how that works. Oh no, we're good. Okay. We'll have to figure out which belt goes where. So, I think maybe the two outer belts should be from this side, and then we'll run the two inner belts on this side. That'll probably that'll make things extremely easy to happen. Now this belt in particular, this one's going to be interesting because we do have the train station here. Oh crap! Yeah, we need to run 5 belts, don't we? Yeah, we need to run 5 belts. I forgot about that. The 5th belt. I guess, yeah, we'll just have to move them over. Yeah, the 5th belt is going to be the one that's bringing the supercomputers back down. So yeah, we'll have to run 5. Okay, and it'd probably be easiest to have this very end one go down through the floor here. Yeah, like I said, we have to be very, very careful. I'm wondering if I should run it at this level or if I should run it in the ceiling. I might run it in the ceiling. Yeah, it's because it's got to go to this side. Oh, and it's got to go all the way to the other end as well. Yeah, it's like got to go all the way to this end. So we have to put in a 1 meter foundation floor. Next, I got to connect into that end of it. Right, so then we'll go foundations, 1 meter. We'll just run it inside of this little cavity here. Okay. It's like, actually, that makes things even more easy. Could just run this like this. Right there. Okay, then we'll just run that belt straight down. There we go. Also, I went the wrong way with it. Of course I did. Need to go the other way. Yep, need to go down, not up. Okay, and what I'm probably going to do is I'll probably just take the 1 meter and just do that once we get the belt in place. And then that'll just make things extremely easy to cover up. And then you don't even notice it's there. Also, I'm going to paint these back to what they should be. There we go. Yeah, because we don't need to have these colored anymore. Because, yeah, we already built our tower. Alrighty. I'm probably going to end up making this entire cavity underneath here like that. Yeah, so I won't fill anything in until we get all the belts in place, I think. Yeah, just run this one all the way to here, because we're not even making triple digit supercomputers. We're pretty low on the supercomputer count, which is unfortunate, but that's how it goes. Yeah, supercomputers are, to make a whole lot of them is yeah, you need to have a lot of high prerequisite. Like I said, I'm just gonna cover this up, so Doesn't really need to look all fancy. Now this one I cannot put a floor hole in. Because it's going to be at this level. Ish. It's going to be at this level. Yeah, I don't think a floor hole will work. I mean, I'll still put in a floor hole, but it won't be... Also, that's the wrong one. Need this one here. Here we go. Yeah, we'll still put a floor hole in. We just won't connect to anything. Because yeah, I think if I try to put a floor hole in here, yeah, you see how the elevator's like partially buried in the foundation? Yeah, that wouldn't work if I connected the floor hole to it. So yeah, we'll just run it along like this. Okay, that is now connected. Run our flooring in here. Wait for that to build. There we go. I love how everything in my game is so much slower than it needs to be. It's insane. Yeah, we'll just take a, just for looks. We'll take a floor hole and stick it right there. Just stick it. Stick it right there. Alright, then we'll take our little... That needs to be in zoop mode. That gives the elevator a little bit of support. Oh, what color does the... Oh yeah, that's right there. Oh, they can't be that color though. I think we just went with straight blue. I mean... It's like, what color do the supercomputers need to be? We could do traffic orange and blue. Oh my gosh, it's... I used to live in Colorado, so it's just like, oh boy. Here we go. Got the Bronco colors going on. I'm not a big sports fan or anything like that. Yeah, that's the only sport I used to be in was the, was Monster Jam. way back in the day. Many years ago. I don't know if they still... I don't even know if that center is still open. May just be a relic now. They used to have the big stadium that they'd hold the Monster Jam in. Really fun. Just sticks. Yeah, I forgot to paint all these. Okay. Bam, bam. There we go. I'm gonna zoop those to make it a little easier. Alrighty, perfect. So that makes that. We can't forget. Oh, something I did forget too. Oh, where am I going to put the sink? Yeah, I need to put the sink somewhere as well. And then I need to put in a smart splitter. Oh boy. We could put the sink up here. I mean, this space has nothing in it. Yeah, you know what? Let's put the sink up here. Because we can easily belt to it. Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. Ah! I'm stuck. Alrighty, so yeah, basically what we're gonna do though is we're gonna take our lifts. What you do is since we're up against the elevator, I'm hoping this will work. But also, if this does work, and make it look like the elevator is supporting the lift. Yeah, and I'm gonna aim it in this way too. What we'll do is we'll put the lifts right where the floor holes right where the little cross beams are on the lift there. So we'll go as high as we can. I'm going to put that in place. And then what I'm going to do is we'll grab ourselves a foundation. Oh, we can stick a foundation on the side of the elevator. Oh, thank you. Thank you, devs. Oh, that makes things easy. And then what we'll do is we'll take our floor holes. So this is how you make lifts infinitely long. Use floor holes. Oh, we already know where that's at, so we just delete that, and then we just go 7. Okay, then 4. I said 4. There we go. Yeah, and I'm gonna... do we want to face it towards the elevator or away from the elevator? We can't really see it when it's away from the elevator, so I think towards the elevator would probably look better. Yeah, we'll go towards the elevator. Okay. And the rest of these, yeah, the rest of these needs to go up. So yeah, as you're in the elevator, you can see the resources going up. I think that'd be really cool. Of course, you won't be able to ever see out of this side because the resource is going to be blocking your way. Alrighty. You can tell which elevator is different. That one's going down, so naturally the little support beams are going to be completely off. But yeah, once you get your belts in place, you can just remove this, and it makes it look like the elevator is attached to this. And it makes it look really nice. And then we take our next lift and we go all the way up as high as it can go, which is right there. Then grab ourselves another foundation and repeat the process. We could do that, but I'm not gonna. That'll confuse the lift. I'm just gonna do it normally. Yeah, doing half-meter lifts tend to get confused. I know why. Is because they're in 1-meter increments when you're building them. They're not used to being in half-meter increments, so they tend to get confused sometimes. Oh yeah, now that we got all our lift directions going, we can just boop. And the next one. If I can aim. Boop. Next one. Boop. Next one. Boop. Just make sure you connect to the floor hole, of course, each time. Yeah, and we can just keep going. All the way up to the top. Well, all the way up to the logistics floor, and then we gotta figure out that crap. Alrighty then, finally got everything pretty much belted up top here on the tower. I still got the train stations to do, but so yeah, everything comes up here via the elevator, goes on this level, and then we go into our little lifter stack here, which connects into the splitters, and then the merger, of course, in the middle for the output belt. So the merger ends here, goes that way, but it does go in a loop. Same thing with the splitters. The splitters go in the same counterclockwise. I don't know why I did counterclockwise. It just what I felt like at the time was the proper way of doing that. But yeah, we get the splitters, and I do know that the belts partially clip into the lifts, which I really don't care at this point. We need to get this factory going, so. But yeah, we got everything lifted, or got everything there. And I also went ahead and put in all the windows. I actually like this. I really do. Being able to walk on the windows. Look at this. We can look down upon the world. We're very high up. But yeah, all the belting is done for down here. And we still need to put in some flooring and stuff like that, but yeah, so, oh, I almost forgot I was going to run power. Almost completely forgot that I was going to run power here. What the heck is above me? Oh, I know what's above me. I know what is above me. Okay, yeah, so didn't we want to do this in all asphalt? Well, the only problem is I need to figure out first. I need to figure out where the lights are going to go. Because the lights are what's going to carry our power anyway. So I'll bring the out of each one that goes directly over the manufacturer. We'll carry that over, and then kind of like a wheel, I guess. Wait for this autosave here. Also, you can go ahead and clear this blueprint. That's the blueprint we used. At least I won't be building blueprints today, I don't think. See, that's what takes up a lot of my time is when I'm building stuff like this. It's the blueprints, and this particular factory has taken up so much of my time building blueprints and stuff for it. It's just like, you know, when you spend several hours building a single blueprint, getting it the way you want it, and then you finally get it done, and then you spend 5 minutes placing it, and then you're like, well, I'm never going to use that blueprint again. It's just like, we might use the blueprints again, but definitely not the ones for the tower. Yeah, you spend almost as much time designing the blueprint as it would have taken to build that stuff, but building the blueprints for these manufacturers that we have here with the lights and stuff like that, yeah, these ones right here that look, you know, I think they look fantastic. These ones definitely would have taken way longer because I would have had to build the frame each time on the manufacturer, then remove the manufacturer, place all the lights, and put the manufacturer back, and then rehook up all the lifts and put in my walkways and my floor holes and stuff like that. Yeah, it just would not have been an easy time. What I do find interesting is some of these, you get like these are supposed to be the feet for the machine. You get the leg and then the little footer, but the footer decided to be part of the railing. I have no idea why, except for this side. No idea why. Just that when it comes to blueprints and machines being a part of blueprints, it tends to do weird things every now and again. Just very, very odd, sort of strange type of things. Very, very strange. Okay. Alright, so we've got our little, I guess we got our little wheel here. Do we have another foundation that goes in between? Like, how many foundations are here? No, we don't. Dang it. So we'd either have to do 2 more, which actually I'd be okay with. We'd have to do 2 more or try to figure out how to put one in the middle, but 1, 2, 3, 4, or no, let's go 1. It's 8, right? So we do 1, 2, and then 1, and then 1, 2, and then 1, and then 1, 2. 1, 2, 1. Basically what I'm doing is I'm mapping out where I'm going to put the lights. And we're going to need a lot of lighting up here. This is all going to be roofed over, just like this. But we do got to map that out. Because once the foundations are all in place, it's going to be really hard to get that mapped out. If I was to, say, build the entire roof and then try to put the lighting in place, yeah, it would not work. Unfortunately, so it's got to be mapped out first. Kind of like what I did with the machines here in the foundations. I placed the foundations directly for each machine. Now I am going to leave the foundations like that, and whatnot. But yeah, it makes for a better build. Yeah, and this is how I'm going to get power to our machines too. We're going to use lights, and we're going to use some ceiling connectors to basically carry the power in a big old circle. The lights will kind of daisy chain together, and then that'll connect up to our connectors as well. So I think that'll look pretty good. I can't believe this factory definitely took us all week. I think it would have taken us all week even if I wasn't sick. And even though I wasn't on half brain power, I think just mainly because of the sheer amount of work that's had to go into designing this. And we're not even done yet. I mean, we may not even get it done this week. Because we only got, what, one more day? Today's Thursday, so... Yeah, today's Thursday, so it's just like we don't even got another week before we have to... Or before the weekend is here. So yeah, we still got a lot of work to do, unfortunately. So yeah, and I think but definitely part of it was me working on reduced brain power. Yeah, when everything's just so exhausted from being sick, it's just like, yeah, and it definitely was a flu. I definitely had a strain of the flu because a normal head cold that I've had those before, they usually last a day or two, 2, maybe 3 days at the max. But this has lasted 5 days pretty much. And I've just been miserable the entire time. It's not been fun. That and I'll have like random bouts of like dizziness, and it's just like, ugh. No, thank you. I would like to not be sick anymore, please. But I am glad though. Yeah, so we'll put the lights like this. I think we can overlap the lights. It is in the center, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll be like a ring of these lights here. And then we'll just touch the corners. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm glad that the lights can overlap. Wasn't there a time where the lights couldn't overlap each other? Like they just wasn't allowed? Or am I thinking of... I know you can't overlap lights with the machines. This is kind of sad. Yeah. I think that's another thing. The another thing that they need to do is, with this game, is they need to go in and stop, they need to go in and reduce or completely remove a lot of the restrictions that we have. Especially a lot of the clipping restrictions and stuff like that. And the rotation, that not being able to rotate. And it's like, yes, there's mods that do that, but it's like, I'd like that in the normal game. Now, the one thing I was curious about, and I, with talking with some people, it's just like, I'm really curious about what the restrictions are going to be on consoles. Because you always get those building games with consoles, and they always have, like, building restrictions on them. And there's a very specific reason for that. It's so that they don't overwhelm the console and, and make the game pretty much unplayable. Like, with PC, you're kind of... when it comes to building games like this, you kind of expect that if you're going to go crazy with building, that you're going to overwhelm your own system. But you can't really put a restriction on it to stop that kind of stuff, really, because not everybody's PC is going to be able to handle, or not everybody's PC can handle the same amount of stuff, really. I mean, like, one PC may struggle to play a normal game of Satisfactory. Like, I think a lot of PCs would definitely struggle with my world a little bit. Especially because I'm, always constantly I'm over the normal U object limit, of course. The normal 2.1 million. I think I'd probably venture into the 3 or maybe even the 4 million at this point. But, yeah, it's like most normal, like, not really super fancy gaming rigs, I think, would definitely struggle with it a little bit. But then you've got people's PCs out there that are like monster PCs that, that could handle this world times 10 and not sweat, at all. So it's just like, well, crap, man. What do you do? Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. Okay. So here's how we're going to do this then. What we're going to do is we're going to take these power outlets. I'm going to do this with them. And we'll connect it like that. Right? And what we'll do is we'll connect this to the light, and then we'll use the connector itself to do the daisy chain. And then it doesn't look out of place. So we'll connect that to the light directly, and then we'll connect these. This. Oh, come on. Give me that. There we go. And we'll use the light to connect to the machine itself. And I think that'll be the closest spot. I don't think here would be a very good idea. Otherwise, we'd have to run like a connector along the top, and it's just like, yeah, it's not really worth it. So we'll just do it like that. And then, where's the back side of the elevator? Okay, this is the back side of the elevator. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Mark III pole back here, because we're going to run power through the floor. Alright. Now, I might have temporarily hooked this up because I don't know how the roof piece is going to be. We'll see what happens. But yeah, basically I'd run this pole up to the ceiling, and then we run it over to the closest marker. Probably there. No, change that to Mark II. Yeah, and we'll run another Mark II here. And so we can daisy chain it. Something like that. Yeah, and then I'll just run the power down the belts where the belts are placed. I think running the power down that way will probably be the best. Be the best way to make that work. So you know how we have like all the belts there? I can easily put power connectors. Like we could run a wall up and then put power connectors and then remove the wall. And then have the power connectors make it look like they're attached at each of the connection points on the belts themselves. When we get to this point, I'll just put a power pole in here, just so it's sticking at the top, and then we'll just run the power through the power pole down below this floor, and that'll make that work, I think. That's going to be interesting because I do have this belt here. We'll see what we can make work. But yeah, let me get some power up to these machines, and then we'll work on getting the train stations belted, so then we can start getting materials coming up here. Obviously, we're not going to be able to make this factory work because we don't have batteries yet, but we'll get there in due time, of course. Alrighty, so finally got the power going for up here, so everything is looking pretty good. And I got rid of those temporary power poles going up the tower as well. So we got a Mark III. Eventually I'm going to move this power pole to where the roof is going to be when I get around to building that, of course. But yeah, elevator's all powered. We are ready to go. Let's go ahead and push the button inside the elevator. I'm just going to go straight down.
Oh, I've got a joke for you. Knock knock. Then you say, who's there? It's me, Elevator. And then you ask, Elevator who? No, I elevate you.
It's not really that great. Oh, Ada. And then we just go down the stairs here. And then around. Have to wait for this elevator. Gotta wait for this one to get up here. Yeah, so what I did was I just ran a wall up the backside here, and then put in a double wall connector. So the double wall connector actually connects into the backside of that, so it makes it look pretty nice. Oh, here we go. Down we go. There's too many reflections. I don't like how windows reflect the light like that, but it's okay. Alright, we're going all the way down. It's a long elevator ride, I tell you. It's pretty darn crazy. You know, I think I built this tower at the correct height. I think it looks good. You know, you can definitely see it from a good distance, so... Oh yeah, so then we got our little power poles here, which run around the backside and then go up. Elevators connected through here. I pulled the power connector through this particular support here, and then across here because the train has plenty of clearance. As you can see, the power pole goes right over the top of it. Just fine, so we got everything there. Alright, so all that's left is to connect up the belts from the train stations via these conveyor lifts there. And we could probably start off with something easy. So this right here has got our computers in it. So we're going to pull that one into here. Turn on my light, of course. Oops. Yeah, that's right. We're going to have those come from that side. Okay. And I need to make these all 1 meter. And I'm also going to paint these into asphalt as well. So I finished the upper section, the roof section where the lights were that we just placed in. I got those done, and I went ahead and redone it all in asphalt so that it doesn't glitch too crazily as well. So yeah, I gotta leave the other foundations here first. So then we can place in our 1 meters. I mean, it's got a wall going all the way around, so yeah, you're not going to be able to tell anyway. Man, I tell you, that nudge down is such a game changer. It's insane. Yeah, then we go underneath and we can get rid of all the 4 meters. No longer need them. And then that opens up this space to run our belts. Very nice. Get rid of those 2 as well. Okay. So our computers, that's going to come from this belt down here. I might have to go down here. We'll just pull it directly through the wall. Not like anybody's going to see this anyway. What we'll do is we'll put in a straight mode, yeah. Okay, so there goes the computers. Yep, and up they go. All the way to the top. That's going to be running for a while. But yep. So that's basically how I'm going to connect them. So these ones over here, the ones that are from the far end, what we'll do is we'll make these, so I'll delete all these foundations here and make them into 1 meters and then get them to run underneath with the rest of that. And then once we get all those belts placed, then I'll fill in all those foundations. Yeah, and then of course we're going to chain all these together as well. So, Yeah, let me get that all connected, and then that should be that. Alrighty, so I've got everything belted, as far as all the materials going in and coming out. Looks pretty good. I'll do the we'll do the sink later. It's another time. We still need to work a lot on this bottom floor as well. So yeah, we'll eventually get around to getting the sink installed. How that's funny. We've installed everything else but the sink. I'm sorry, had to. The heck is that? Oh, that's that one. Okay. But yeah, it's we've got everything belted there. We've got everything going up. We've got power. As you can see, yep, we've got our electromagnetic control rods. We've got our wire, and we've got our computers going all the way up. And it seems like the belts do work for all of our factories as well. And yeah, we've got a decent amount. I think we got a decent amount done. We got the belting and the power, you know, that does take a while. Plus I got this bottom piece pretty much finished. I will be adding some more detail to this later. But I do like these windows. I do like the window on the bottom floor here. That seems pretty good. And then of course we go up here to our roof, and our roof being done as well. With all the lighting and everything, it's you know, looking pretty good in here so far. So yeah, just gotta finish up our flooring and whatnot, but we could do all that next time. We can put a lot of the finishing touches on this tomorrow for our Friday episode. So we'll go ahead and leave it here. So yeah, like I said, that's gonna be it for this episode of Satisfactory. We'll do a lot of the finishing touches tomorrow, I think, and whatnot. But unfortunately, like I said, that is going to be it. So I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see on your screen right now. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.